Today I'm playing with my Alice in Wonderland collection. All the pieces in this collection are here with me. Let's start with the eyeshadow palette. This is the Lost in Wonderland eyeshadow palette. I actually really like the color story of this. It seems like mine has some dips in it, which is weird. Like if you've seen the green and the blue shades over here. Like someone accidentally dug their nail into it, but I don't know what happened there. I actually really like the color story of this, even though I saw many creators hating it. Everyone I watch on YouTube is anti-pastels, so no one likes pastels apparently. And I feel like I'm the only one who does. I thought this was an interesting color story and I can't wait to play with it. Next up we have the new and reformulated shadow sticks. There's 3 of them here, and I hate it when people focus too much on packaging, but the packaging is very cute. I think part of the reason why I picked up this collection in the first place is because I was attracted to the packaging. It's gorgeous. The colors and these cutouts that they have on each of them. This is one of the few collections for which I am going to keep the packaging. These are the 3 colors. These are the swatches. They went on really smoothly. In fact, slightly oily, I would say, but very soft nonetheless. Then we have the 2 blushes that look like this. Lovely colors. We have the 2 lip sets. This is the Alice lip set. And this is the Queen of Hearts lip set. I want to compare the Alice lip gloss to the Snow White lip gloss that came out recently, because they did seem a little similar to me. I feel like these 2 would look very similar on the lips. This one here is the Snow White one, which has more of a purple with a blue shine, and this one is more light with a pink shine. I think they will look very similar on the lips. And I do wish that Colourpop would have done a different color. I actually wanted to get this as a set, that's why I got this. Otherwise, I would not have purchased it. This one. Now let's compare the Queen of Hearts lip gloss, which is this one, to the Evil Queen lip gloss from the Snow White collection. This looks really dark in the tube, but as per the reviews, I saw that it does not have that much pigment on the lips. Ooh, it's a nice dark cherry color. I like that. And the Evil Queen lip gloss is more of a red. Oh, it has already turned a little goopy, and it hasn't been that long since I got it. Okay, this is what the 2 look like. They're quite different, I'll give them that. So that is not a miss. I'm happy to see that. If you're like me and you're interested in most of the Disney collabs that Colourpop comes up with, you would like to not have duplicates in all of those. So that is my point here. I think Colourpop should keep that in mind when coming up with the next collection, that if they're doing red lips again, they already did that in the Alice collection and the Snow White collection. Okay, let's try the Snow White lipstick next to this Queen of Hearts lipstick from the Alice collection. As far as I remember, both are reds. There might be a slight difference in undertone, but both are reds. So the one at the top is from the Alice collection, and on the bottom one is the Snow White red lip. The top one is more of a pinkish red, and this one is more of a true red. But I think they will look pretty similar on the lips, so I like red lips, but if I could have changed something about this collection, it would be the very similar products that we have from the previous collection. Now let's get into some of the trinkets that they came out with, like this one. This is a keychain kind of brush. You open it up like that. Brush compact, actually. and you pop out the brush like this. I actually really like these. I think they can be really useful in your bag, especially for someone like me that has long frizzy hair and also needs a mirror to check my makeup in. I actually have one of these in my drawer somewhere because I bought it ages ago just for this purpose, to keep in my bag. Next comes this. A cute little lip mask, which I usually don't go for because so many collections come up with lip masks and I have a ton of lip masks and lip balms that I'm never gonna get through. This one, however, I wanted because of the birthday cake flavor. I've already tried it and it's glorious. I love it, and I like the fact that it comes with a spatula because I hate digging my nails in like everyone else. I did not get any of those apple ones from the Snow White collection, so I prefer this one actually over that. So let's start putting some of this makeup on our face. I'm not sure what to do with this palette. That's the thing about this color story. Like, it really challenges you to find what you want to do. I don't like monochromatic looks, so I'm going to try and mix some things up and see where we go with it. Here is look number one. Combining the lighter mattes with the darker shimmers can be a little bit of a struggle. So I just put on all the lighter mattes, and then when I went in with the glittery pink shade on top, it was just like a large shadow there for a while. And even right now, it doesn't look that blended. If it was darker out here in this corner, it might have made sense, but that is not what I was going for. Anywho, I like it. I like the colors individually. If the colors don't make sense together, I intend to use another palette for it because these are actually very good quality. The pastels show up on my medium tan skin quite easily, so I do give them props for that. And I think they did a good job formula-wise on this one. Now let's get on to the other eye and test the rest of the colors. I feel like this is going to make zero sense, but let's just roll with it. Taking this peach over here. I'm not the biggest fan of these black with shimmers that they seem to be putting everywhere. So some thoughts about the palette. Overall, I really like the formula of most of the shadows, but I will say this peach and this nude color, they do nothing for me. They barely even show up on my skin, so I could have done without those two. But the rest of the colors I really like. This one actually turned out to be my favorite look out of the two because of the black actually that I was initially opposed to. I like that it gave some depth. It looks a little bit more dramatic. And my favorite shimmer out of the palette is this one right here. This is a blue with a golden shift, and it looks kind of gold on the inner part of my eye. And it's very soft, and it's an excellent formula. I also like the color of this glitter shade, but I'm not sure if it's the most user-friendly. I feel like it didn't quite blend here the way I wanted, but I like the color, so I give it a thumbs up. The rest are nice colors. The pastels, if someone tells you that the pastels are not pigmented, they're lying. These pastels, they actually show up quite well on my skin. They have faded just a little bit, but I think they can be built up. Let's try. Let's try building up that pink that we applied in the inner corner. This one right here. And see what happens and whether it stays on there. They do show up quite a bit. But if you want them to be even brighter, maybe use a white base if you have a darker skin tone. Overall, I'm happy with this palette. I have no complaints. It's certainly much more interesting than the Snow White palette that they recently came out with. It had only 3 colorful shades, one red, one blue, and one gold, and the rest were all neutrals, which is not something I was happy about, and I did not pick that up. This glitter over here may not be the best thing to put in the inner corner because it's too glittery. But as a topper shade, it's gorgeous. I really like what it did right here. It was looking a little bit boring before this, but that really gave it a little bit of oomph to the look. I think this palette will be good for some unexpected combinations. Like I was thinking maybe a light pink with that black in the outer corner, and maybe topping it with some of that magenta shimmer. So it's the unexpected combinations, not just the pastels like I did over here. That's very expected and very common. That's the first thing that you think of when you look at this palette. But the unexpected combinations will be the best thing to come out of this palette. And I will be happy to keep trying it on and doing more looks with it. Let's do some blushes. Time can be funny in dreams. I like that. It's a pink, obviously I like that. Okay, that did nothing. That did something. That also did something. If you have a skin tone deeper than me, I don't think this will even show up on you. And I am a medium. I like it. It's pretty. It's easy to use because it can be built up. But even if I put on too much, it won't be a problem because it's not that pigmented. This is the blush called Off With Their Heads. I like that. This is like a strawberry red kind of shade. And let me compare it to the red shade from High School Musical, which I believe is a little bit more muted than this one. I also want to compare it to the Super Shock blush from the Snow White collection. That's called Fair Enough. Let's swatch them all side by side. On the top is the Alice in Wonderland blush. The next one, the shimmery one, is the Snow White blush, and this is the High School Musical blush. As you can see, this one is much more brighter than both of these. This one shows up a little pinky because it has that golden reflect in it, and this one is quite a neutral, toned down, muted red. Let's try the gorgeous red blush. I believe I will have to go in with a light hand with this one because it can be quite dark. Let's tap that off. Ooh, still quite pigmented. This is a blush that I do think will show up on deeper skin tones. Let's make it even more red. I like to overdo things. Okay, that's a lovely color. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move on to the lip products. First, I will be trying this one. It's called Croquet Queen. A dark lip. Oh my god. Oh, goes everywhere when you open it. Should have been a bit careful. It's kind of stringy. Ooh. It's darker than I thought it was gonna be. Well, I'm glad it has some color to it. I am not a big fan of colorless gloss. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of every collection having a almost colorless gloss? Like, I don't understand. Okay. That's not too bad. I love how magical it looks in the tube. Wow. I wish I had a dress like this. I actually do have a dress like this, made of sequins. I should wear that sometime. Maybe I will. I love Colourpop lip products. Now we have 2 lipsticks to choose from. I actually really like this one. This is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a muted rose pink color in the tube, but let's see how it looks on the lips. I'm going to do half and half. This is what the lipstick looks like. I really like the color. This is my kind of color. And let's do My Ways. What was the other one? So the pink one was called Most Curious. And this one is called My Ways. Are these both cream lips? Okay, Most Curious is the blur lipstick. This one that I just applied. And My Ways is a cream lipstick. That's interesting that they included 2 different formulas in the same collection. So a brilliant, bright strawberry red color. Again, another one that I quite like. I do wish the Snow White one wasn't as similar to this one, but the Snow White one is a little bit darker. I like the fact that in the Snow White collection they included matching lip liners. That is something that I really like. I never used to be into lip liners, but then I went to makeup school and I found out how useful they can be in keeping your lipstick into place and, you know, defining the lips a little bit better. I actually like both the colors that are included in this set, and I don't think I have any complaints with these. So I thought I would do a look with the shadow sticks as well. They're supposed to be a quick one and done sort of solution, so I'm going to use all 3 on the eyes in one look. If you're used to powder shadows, it will take some trial and error to figure out how to layer and blend the shadow sticks, as you can see me doing in this video. Sometimes the colors will not blend together, and sometimes the color will lose its intensity if you blend it, like the green shadow sticks did. And I had to reapply that one. The magenta glitter called Lose Something would not adhere to the shadow sticks beneath, so I had to go in with the white glitter in the top row, which essentially saved the look. So this is how we're looking. Very Alice in Wonderland. I like it. I enjoy the look. I think it's really cute. I like the bright cheek. I like the bright lips. I like the eyeshadow palette. I think this was quite a good collection and I'm glad I was able to purchase it. This is a gem. I really like this. The smell and taste of this was amazing. This will also be a very nice addition to my handbag because I already had one of these, but that wasn't as elevated looking as this one. So I'm glad I have this. The blushes, the palette, the lips, everything is just great Colourpop quality. And although what I was not expecting it, I actually like all of these things. And it's surprising because I was never an Alice in Wonderland fan. So I have no nostalgic memories attached to this. I just got it because of its aesthetics and the fact that I liked the palette. The eyeshadow palette is the main item that the rest of the collection is built around. And since I like the palette, I also like the rest of the collection. And I thought I would get it as a set. I did used to watch Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, I don't know, Jungle Book, Lion King, all of those. But Alice in Wonderland, I never really had a connection to. I did watch some of those remakes that they made in modern times for adults, but I never really understood the whole story of it, except it's like a trippy kind of tale of things happening that don't make a lot of sense. So yeah, I just got it for its aesthetics and the fact that Colourpop always has such great makeup. Although I don't want to collect everything that Colourpop launches, I am attracted to quite a lot of their releases, especially collections such as Disney, even Star Wars. They recently restocked their Star Wars palette, and I'm not a Star Wars fan, I've never seen it, but I really liked the bigger eyeshadow palette and even the smaller ones. The only one that's in my stash that I haven't tried is the gold one, the C3PO one. Yes, that's the one I haven't tried, but the rest are amazing. Quality-wise and the presentation and everything, I think they do a killer job. I don't like to fangirl over makeup brands, but this is one brand that does things really well. I went into this video with a little bit of cynicism, like, how are they gonna do a good job on this one? Like, I think they did a decent job and I'm glad I have it. That is it for this video. I hope this review was helpful to anyone watching. Because I'm a paying customer, I did not receive this in PR. I give my opinion based on the value of the items that I perceive. It's always good to hear from a customer who paid for the items themselves because to them, they judge the items more critically, whether they got their value for money or not. I think the value for money is there if you're interested in these color stories. The quality of Colourpop products is top-notch. Not always, not in 100% of the cases, but this collection, I definitely recommend this one. That is all for now. Stay tuned for more Colourpop stuff because more interesting stuff is definitely on its way. Have a good one. Bye now.